happy anniversary, Premier Championship Wrestling. My name is Joe Dabrowski, joined as per usual by Benjamin C. Steele. Tonight, Ben, it is 4 years as an organization. It is 3 years here in historic Turner's Hall, Premier Championship Wrestling, arguably its most loaded lineup in history here tonight at Anniversary.
No doubt about it, top to bottom, all-star card. We have championship implications. We have personal rivalries. We have a lot going on. We have you and me. We have Nick Lendl. It's going to be a heck of a night.
It is several personal issues that are months in the making to get settled. We're going to kick things off in very energetic fashion. He calls himself Double M3. That is Malcolm Monroe III. He comes from wrestling royalty, third generation. His father and grandfather are looked at as almost like gods among men in his home state of Michigan. Malcolm's dad, and I believe his grandfather as well, a rich history in Cleveland, including, I believe, his dad competing in this building in the past. However, Malcolm has carried on that legacy into a new era, a new generation, and we've seen him very competitive with many of the welterweight stars, and now stepping out of that weight class here this broadcast.
Well, it's going to be a tall task ahead of him, certainly. That's the best Lendl's ever looked. How's he looking up? Anyway, going to see if we can continue the Monroe family winning ways.
Well, things may not be looking up for Double M3, because the mood in the building changes whenever any of the culmination are in the area, but a lot of controversy surrounding the culmination at this point in time. Remy LaVey has always been the one that spit the dogma of the culmination. He's the one that's foretelling of prophecies. He's always the one spreading the message, but Remy's had to spread that message within in recent months. Gory and Atticus have been at each other's throats. They've been verbally assaulting each other, physically assaulting each other. We have not seen Atticus in Premier since the month of June. Atticus recently only broke a 3-month silence as far as Premier matters online this past week. Remy LaVey is looking at a pivotal night because Gory and Atticus are in our feature matchup for the Premier Championship. If one of them wins the championship, and even if one of them doesn't win the championship, we could see the culmination regain their strength, or we could see that infighting destroy the culmination forever. We're not sure. Is Remy's mind on that more so than Malcolm?
Well, we're going to find out in quick order. If his mind is not on Malcolm Monroe III, he's going to regret it. Malcolm Monroe III, as you mentioned, high-caliber athlete, high quality, has that lineage. As he kind of spells it out for Remy.
And I'm going to show you and all these people.
Well, no, that's a little bit more than spelling it out as a slap to the face.
And that's a bit of that privileged upbringing of Malcolm, 2 count only. Malcolm can be kind of a bratty kid. Malcolm can be kind of an elitist and maybe feel a little bit of entitlement because he's had so many opportunities because of his name. He's always been close to the front office. He's been related to the front office. I mean, Malcolm's had power since really before puberty in pro wrestling. And Remy LaVey, however, flexing his power in this matchup, dropkick Malcolm to the outside.
Well, there's nothing wrong with having a little one-up on your competition, one-up on the other people that you share a locker room with. Certainly not something that you would poo-poo if you have the opportunity. You can't blame somebody for waking up on third base. They just got to third base, and you had to hit the triple to get there yourself. You know, thinking about anniversaries, you think about the past, you think about years gone by. Let's talk about the change in Remy LaVey that we've seen. A guy that was a little bit lost, quite frankly, in my mind, and many others, a little bit odd, off.
Malcolm kicking the rope.
Well, he's going to be off now, that's for certain.
Yeah, Malcolm connects with the knee, and Malcolm going to claim, I don't know what he's going to claim, incidental contact or whatever it is, but I think the official knows what was intended. A strong warning. Referee Jake Clemens, his first Premier appearance in a couple of years. But great to see we got the top zebras on hand as Malcolm unloads on Remy on the floor. Malcolm's not going to get any special treatment in this particular matchup, you know that, but is he going to take advantage? Remy's changed. You're talking about that BC Steel. I agree 100%. We're seeing a different Remy LaVey than we saw the very first time we stepped foot into Turner's Hall. But the reason Remy's transformed was because of what was built in the culmination with Gory, with Atticus, and that could all go away tonight. If Gory and Atticus come to blows again, if we see the culmination implode, what does that mean for Remy moving forward?
Well, for somebody who's a loner, when you find family, and obviously with the culmination, found family through violence, found family through vengeance, and found family through a unique and sadistic set of ideals, I guess would be a weird word to use. Maybe Remy becomes a loner again. Maybe Remy disappears. Can Remy, after finding that unity, go it alone? But you're going to have to go it forward with a few broken phalanges.
Yeah, Malcolm targeting the hand of Remy. Remy has said, as Malcolm again using the rope as an offensive weapon, Remy has said that he has promised to do everything in his power to unite all of his culmination brothers in this ring by the end of the night. And that is a tall order, but we'll see if it's possible. And Malcolm trying to disconnect Remy's head from the rest of his body. That pump kick connected. And Malcolm into the cover now. We have two. Near fall situation. And certainly it seems to me that Remy has not had time to properly prepare for Malcolm Monroe III.
Well, he certainly had other things on his plate. And Malcolm Monroe III, constant veteran since his first day on Earth, getting the tutelage from Malcolm Monroe the first and second. Every little thing, something like that, taking his time. We just saw there with the drop kick, getting just half a second. Oh, wait a minute.
Cover here by Malcolm. 2 count. You know, Malcolm would love to insert himself into the welterweight championship picture.
Absolutely. Add more titles to the Monroe family name.
We'll see the welterweight champion Dylan Bostic in action a little bit later on tonight as Malcolm now rearranging the face of Remy LaVey. Malcolm tells everybody to trust the process, and I guess that's the process that Malcolm has gone through to become the heir to a throne, so to speak. No offense to our reigning champion, as Malcolm punishing Remy LaVey center ring. Remy trying to fight back. And the knee right to the side of the face by the looks of things. And now look at that cover by Malcolm. That cover, I don't know that cover's going to beat anybody in Premier, let alone a member of the culmination. I don't care where Remy's head's at.
Well, that's where a little bit of a bravado will overshadow your veteran instincts, and that's what we just saw there. But you'd have to think Malcolm Monroe III, he's done his homework. He's a smart guy. He knows what's going on in Premier and everywhere. He's done the due diligence when it comes to Remy. He knows his mind isn't 100%, and Malcolm Monroe can take advantage of that. And smart thing, utilize one of the appendages, use a body part, work on that, get that not working. So Remy's got a broken arm, a busted wheel, a not right mind.
You saw Malcolm step on that elbow of Remy, just jolting pain up and down the arm of Remy LaVey as it gets smashed into that canvas. Malcolm, you negate the mobility and the strength of that left arm. That opens up an entire side of the body for Malcolm to focus on, and certainly more space rented in Remy's head. Remy to his feet trying to fight, but Malcolm, a tactician, has been able to shut things down, and Malcolm using the culmination of trying to get farther inside Remy's head, but it may have inspired him. Remy comes back with a sling blade. I think Malcolm was taunting Remy LaVey over the turmoil within the culmination, and that woke something up inside the mind eraser.
There's a very fine line between taunting and motivating your opponent. You really want to scale that line as much as you can. Malcolm Monroe MM3, Malcolm Monroe III, paid for it right there.
And it's Remy now firing away. Remy trying to build momentum. And he's got Malcolm in a bad way on the defensive. Discus forearm, but Malcolm out of the way, but couldn't get out of the way. The power of Remy. Malcolm gets planted face first. And you could feel, you could hear that unbridled emotion, that passion in Remy LaVey, looking to start things off with a good omen for the culmination.
Remy LaVey going to the top rope, high rent district, to coin a phrase.
Uncharted territory quite often. The mind eraser comes down with a modified frog splash. Is this going to be enough? Hook of the leg. 2, no.
So that was about 2 9/10, very last second. MM3 able to get that shoulder up.
And Remy trying to regain his composure, shake these cobwebs, and feed off of this energy. I know Gory is here, I know Atticus is here, but they are dressing in separate locker rooms. They have not spoken all day despite Remy's attempts to get them together. And Remy, looking for that backpack stunner, countered. Malcolm rolls through and measures Remy LaVey. And Remy gets dropped. Modified Death Valley driver. The kick, the stomp, the senton. Great combo by Double M3. Will this be enough? No, less than half a count away. And this will be huge if Malcolm can knock off a member of the combination.
No doubt, certainly have to put a dent in Remy's plans for the evening. Certainly maybe not able to keep the peace, traffic cop, whatever you want to call him, of the combination at this point.
Crowd is lively for Remy LaVey, and Malcolm just a slap to the face. Jeez.
Remy not one to stay down or to say die. You know, there was a different vibe around the locker room. You can tell it's that Super Bowl, it's that big energy type feel.
And Remy caught Malcolm on the way down, a modified cutter. He didn't get all of it though. You can see Malcolm rolling to the outside for safety. And yeah, it's a big fight field throughout Turner's Hall. And it is going to be a huge night. But only one man can start it off with a victory with what is such a pivotal night for both these competitors for two entirely different reasons. Sidesteps Remy, caught him in the knee. Malcolm, such an adept striker. And an explosive clothesline. You can hear the impact back here. Cover! No! And a very, very long 2 count. But Remy finds a way to continue showing renewed life. And if you're Remy, it's not just another match here. It's a message to your brothers.
Absolutely. It's going to be to fight. I don't know if I'd use the word good fight with anything in the combination. I'm going to say I think MM3 has an argument there. That was, as you said, a very long and extended 2 count. MM3 focusing on the task at hand as he goes up top now.
Remy meets Malcolm in very dangerous territory. Both men are looking for some position. I think Malcolm may have been biting Remy a moment ago. Almost shades of the combination, but Remy comes back with an uppercut. Malcolm is dazed, and Remy, the backpack stunner, hits at that time. Malcolm gets drilled dead center of the ring. And that's going to be enough. Remy LaVey, the mind eraser, picks up a victory. The combination is 1-0 tonight, but the only other match involving combination members is perhaps the most important in the history of the group. Premier Championship, Gory and Atticus at odds. And certainly Ron Mathis, Premier Champion Chris LaRusso involved. Will this victory by Remy LaVey have positive implications on the future, or was it the last stand of the culmination?
Well, to use your term, in that main event, we will have 4 very combustible elements, 2 of which belong to the culmination, 2 of which I believe belong to LaRusso's court. Still, we don't know where Ron Mathis and Chris LaRusso are in that book, if on the same page. But at least right now, a victory for the combination. Interesting to see how that plays itself out later on. But I don't think Remy's evening is over. I think he has to go get his crew in the right mind.
You notice Remy pointing to that culmination shirt, pointing to these people. The culmination has been part of Premier since practically day 1. Will Remy's best efforts to keep his family together pay dividends, or will we see the implosion of Premier's most dominant force tonight?